What I did here is I tried to make all my logos look identical. So obviously you see that I've colored all of them in pink and blue. Now I'm gonna try to apply a couple of creative things to make the infographic look a little bit more captivating and not just so blank. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to change my font style for my logo, for my headline. Now remember, every infographic needs a headline. An infographic is an individual story in itself. It should tell a story just by looking at it. So I'm going to change my font style to maybe an Arial font style. I have a typo right here, so it should be professor's class. Student gender distribution in professor's class. Great. Now what I'm gonna do next is I'll try to apply an effect over this text. So I'm gonna click on my selection tool and click on the box, and in the far right space of my software, you see that I can apply certain effects. So I'm gonna click on my effect here, and I'll do, let's say, maybe a drop shadow, and it's humongous. You see the shadow is way too obvious. So I'm gonna change it. I'll change the opacity of the shadow, make sure the preview box here is clicked so that you can actually see the change that's been applied. Now that looks better, and I'll probably click on my satin. No, I changed my mind. I'm not gonna do satin. I'll just do maybe bevel and emboss. Too much, so I'll just leave it to drop shadow. I'll click OK, and that's it. Now the next step that I'm going to do is I will drag down all my my logos and the information about which class it belongs to. I want to give a little bit more space between the headline and the logos, and then I'll try to apply a background color for my entire page. So I clicked on my rectangle tool, on my rectangle tool, click, drag, let go, and now when the rectangle tool is selected, I'm gonna go to my fill option right here and go down maybe to the red option, double click on it, and let's try to change the CMYK colors. And remember, you can have something pale for the background, not too bright, but something that's still seen. So I'll click OK, and perfect. I think it looks okay, and I can keep playing with it, and you can do too. I'll click on my selection tool now, come click on the box, right click, do arrange, and say send to back. So I've sent this to back, and it looks like it's a little bit too dark. My color still looks a little too dark. So I'm gonna go back to my color palette, double click inside my box, and try to add a little bit more light to my box. Make it more colorful, more light. So click OK, it's still too bright. But you can obviously play with it and see what it does. Make sure you don't overdo it. Click OK, perfect. So now I have exactly what I was looking for. Now I'm gonna click and have a frame, a box that contains the whole infographic. I feel like right now it's getting lost. So I'm gonna click on my rectangle tool and draw that box around the edges right here. That's gonna help me, and I'll put in maybe a 2 points box, and I'll fill it with I'll have it with a black frame. So let's click on it, hit W, and there it goes. Maybe I still need to bring this down a little bit, and why not make it a little smaller? Command A, period, to bring it in a little. I feel like it's too large right there. Hit W, perfect. Now what I'm missing about this infographic is the fact that I don't have a name for the person who's designed it. So I'm gonna click on my type tool, click, drag, let go, and just say infographic designed by Kate Stepanuk. I'm gonna click on my move tool and bring it down right here. Hit W, and there it goes. So here it is, guys. That's just a sample of what you can do Now remember, you can be as simple or as complex as you'd prefer with this project. Please let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you later.